Espen, we're now downstairs, standing outside this extraordinary Arrivals duty-free store. It's actually twice the size from when we last filmed here. Now represents some 1,600 square meters. That's an extraordinary Arrivals store. Take us through the rationale as to why you've sized it and why it now basically represents 58% of your total duty-free income.
The Norwegian coming home from traveling international, they are planning to buy duty-free because of the high tax level here in Norway. We have learned the last years that more and more people are using this opportunity to buy duty-free goods like tobacco and wine and other products. And we have a lot of challenge with queuing, and it was the till points who was the main problem. So we have increased the till points from last time you filmed here from 8 to 16. And even in the peak time, in the afternoon, on the big days, we have challenges with the 16 till points.
Extraordinary. Well, let's actually just go into the store itself and look at the way in which you've actually allocated space to product. We've moved inside the store now, and compared to what it was like last time when we filmed it 5 years ago, you've actually moved the wine from the right side of the store to the left side of the store, almost the entrance point. And actually the allocation of space to wine represents approximately 30% of the total. I mean, it's a really hot property, isn't it?
Yes, wine is one of the most successful products here. Generally, Norwegians are using more and more wine, and the knowledge of wine in Norway have increased heavily the last 10 years. And we saw that together with Heinemann, that it was necessary to start with the wine and have good logistics with the wine. The reason of this is that in the shelves in this area, we have about space for 5,000 bottles of wine. But on the top days, we sell 17,000 bottles of wine.
17,000?
So here there is a logistics system back the shelves to supply 3 times a day.
So that's a challenge and an opportunity.
Yeah, that's part of the Arrival duty-free operation. That's logistics from the warehouse in Hamburg to the shelves in Oslo.
We've moved 15 meters down the store and we're still only about a third of the way down its length. And in front of spirits, which represents around about 15% of total space. Again, this combined with wine represents almost 50% of the product offer here.
Alcohol is very high taxed in Norway. And the Norwegian also like to have cognac or whiskey and product like that, and it's much cheaper here than in the monopoly downtown. Norwegian like cognac very much, and there is special brands from France that are Norwegian. For example, Larsen, Bakke Gabrielsen, and Brastad. All of these names are good Norwegian family names.
We've moved across to the fragrance cosmetics area, and this actually quite will surprise a number of the viewers because it only really represents about 18 to 20% of the space allocated, which is in forced contrast to what they might have expected given the dominance of fragrance cosmetics in the departures area. What's your rationale for this space?
The main perfume and cosmetics shop is on the departure with close to 600 square meters. And we want that people should buy the perfume and cosmetics when they are leaving the country. This arrival shop is a shop where people are hurry up to have the next train, for example, and there's only the main project here, and we don't think it's necessary to develop this part of the duty-free shop very much more.
But if I can recall, it's still an increase in total space to what existed 5 years ago, so it's clearly generating enough interest to support it.
If you look into the space and the sales per square meter, it's a very, very good shop, but we have to give priority to the main products like wine, alcohol, tobacco.
Next up we come to the confectionery area, and again it represents around 20% of floor space. Importantly, you've got a nice sense of place here because there's quite a strong presence of Norwegian brands.
Yes, we have good Norwegian brands here, but also a lot of international brands. You see that Norwegians are nice people, and they always find the opportunity to have some sweet with them at home after traveling.
But as gifting as well, of course.
Also, they are buying the gift to the children, to their grandchildren, and to their girlfriends.
Well, tucked away in a separate area opposite confectionery is your tobacco. Now, tobacco is still very important to you. It represents 18% or so of duty-free revenue. And interestingly, within that, 3% alone is represented by snus. Quite an extraordinary achievement for quite a unique brand here in Norway.
Yes, this is even more unique in Sweden. Snus is a product that are mostly used in Finland, Sweden and Norway, and also some in Denmark. But typical Scandinavian tobacco product that are increasing because of all the regulation in the restaurants and all over in Scandinavia.
Tobacco itself is a difficult category to manage under the new circumstances, but it's still standing its ground, isn't it? It's still actually holding up in terms of the sales.
Yes, it's here in the duty-free shops. It's holding up the sale level, but if you go to the domestic part in Norway, this are not increasing. It's going down like all over Europe.
Out of tobacco to behind the tills, where the 16 that are operational can, I understand, now service 900 plus passengers per hour. That's quite an achievement. It's an extraordinary store. It's only 4 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon, traditionally the quietest time for any airport anywhere more or less in the world, and this place is heaving. It's a testament to a great partnership between you and Heinemann in terms of delivering exactly what the customers clearly want.
Yes, I think that the partnership has been very developed through this arrival shops development. And if you look here, you see that the tills are going out of the shop facade and to the public area. And that's because it was necessary to have enough till points. And the success of this arrival duty-free is the queuing. We cannot have queuing here. We have to have enough till points, efficient operations and good service. If not, people are leaving the shop without their products.